Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your April 2020 reading. I am using The Animal Spirit by Kim Krans along with The Forest Fairy by Lucy Cavendish. I will insert hopefully a video before I start this one and to kind of explain what I'm using and why I'm using it. It is currently midnight and it's on the brinks of April 3rd, and I'm trying my hardest to get these zodiacs out for you. Aquarius, I am seeing the angel numbers 31 and 63 for you. So those are angel numbers you can look up. And I'm going to try to keep these under 20 minutes, but some of them's been going close to 30. Please look at all my links down below and check out my Patreon if you're someone that likes this kind of content, wants it for a very low price, but gets like 10 times the amount. And if you go through my website and purchase individually, it would cost more. But with Patreon, you pay a low amount each month and you can, unsubscribe at any time. And you get a lot of information, a lot of content. I do group, healings and readings. I do individual. You get a discount code. Sometimes you'll get daily readings. Sometimes you'll get vlogs. Some days you'll get prayers, that are channeled. Things like that. So if you're interested in that, please check it out and share it. Patreon, I really want it to become, a kind of a career for me along with, YouTube. YouTube, I probably will never make a career, but, Patreon and my website and doing my other day job, that would be awesome, and so I just really love this stuff and I really want to follow my life purpose and make it more and more tangible and more stable so that, I don't have to, I just want it to be integrated within me so I don't have to feel like I need to take so much time out of my daily life to help you guys, So I'm going to try to get this as quickly as possible. I apologize, but links down below. Comment about anything, I'll reply. Suggestions are very, very, very grateful. I'm grateful for that. And feedback. Prophecy, guidance, direction. So, Aquarius, this is saying that in April you're going to start seeing things more clearly, especially through your third eye, your crown chakra, your heart chakra. Some of you might be feeling it claircognitantly, but you're starting to understand that this has a lot to offer you this month. And even though it might not seem that way because of the conditions and the circumstances we're under, doesn't mean that it can't have value for you. You have gift, divine inspiration, and awakening. Again, something's coming to you spiritually. Of course, it's going to come in other areas of your life, but this is going to be the first noticeable, because you're in solitude. You're not distracted as much. Maybe some of you will still keep distracted with television and electronics and things, but allow yourself some time to just sit with as little as electronics as possible. Give yourself time to think or receive in meditation. In reverse, you have authority, credibility, status. So again, you're not worried about this because there's really no point in it right now. You're more concerned about what you can experience within your own vessel, within your own environment, and with as less as possible. You're really starting to understand that you can actually make do with what you have, and you don't necessarily need to meet the full capacity of, I can't remember what they call it, but basically living beyond your means or living right on the, met up to the very brim of what you make, So you're starting to rediscover that. And reverse, rituals, power, will. So this is saying that you can do things individually. You can do things without people noticing, without needing that validation, and it still has power. It still has a reason. The ritual, the daily routine, your you waking up in the morning has value. You don't have to go to a job in order to feel that kind of energy surrounding you of a purpose, you know. Not necessarily everyone never go back to your job, but what I am saying is that Aquarius, you're starting to see things in a different light that is more helpful for you and your self-esteem. And then in reverse, you have humor, perspective, mirth. So this is saying that, you know, sometimes you don't want to laugh, you know, you want to be mad. That's fine. Aquarius, in April, you get to choose. You don't have to necessarily fit in the crowd. You don't have to people please as much as you have been. You can just feel what you're feeling and be okay with it. And you can shift it in any time as well. And this is also saying that, again, pay attention to how you're talking to yourself internally, because it's really going to have effect on your month. You know, right now it's kind of hard to, you know, speak everything positive into existence. It's not a fairy tale, but at the same time, there is value in your words and what you're telling yourself internally. And, you know, try morning pages, try manifestation, try working with prayer more, try working with moving your body around differently, maybe yoga or whatever you find, you know, interesting. Try it. And I feel like that is really going to open up things for you, Aquarius, in April, because you get to try things that you didn't have time for before. So I'm going to pull some more cards from this deck. And again, I'm trying to keep it under 20 minutes to a half hour, but I might be a little bit under because I got one more and then I'm heading to bed soon. So I want to make sure that everyone gets a fair amount of cards and messages. And then hopefully over the weekend, I will do your guys' May zodiac readings. Okay, so you have Moth upright. So this is saying that you're getting through the darkness. You see that there could be light. Could be. There is. You know, but that some of you might, there could be. I don't know though. But you know, you're really starting to see your own perspective and not being influenced so heavily what's surrounding you. And yeah, you might be affected. Everyone's going to be affected by what they hear and what they see and what they experience. But you're really starting to see that there can be rebirth through all this unknown, you know, and there can be still some clarity in the unknown if we just focus and we kind of see where our focus is at, what gives us clarity, what doesn't, releasing what doesn't serve us. That's really going to help you. Then you have Camel in reverse. So this is just saying that things might, you know, every time I see this card, I think of, you know, okay, Spirit's showing me something different for you guys, but I'm thinking of the dry desert and just going forever and just, you know, not getting the rest. This is the time for the rest. You can be in the desert, but you can, you know, stop and search for water and see that wherever you stop, you know, you can get the same experience in different places. If you focus and you really use what you have, lean into the resources, lean into what you are trying to accomplish. And then they're showing me, you know, a camel with a hump on its back, and it's saying that a lot of us are focusing in on, and we've kind of identified with the most, I want to say what part of ourselves gets the most attention with society, and we are trying to build that up more and more, and we're breaking our backs for it, and it's not gonna have it's not gonna sustain us for very long. And though we might be at the highlight of our life, we think, with this part of our life or this part of our personality or part of our, you know, career or whatever it is, it's really going to wear us down. So we need to level that out and understand that when we're not in that position, we're not in that environment, we're not getting that attention, that we still need to find ways to get that same satisfaction behind closed doors. And that's internal work, and that's going to irritate people, but it's the truth. That's what Spirit's showing me. The other card that you have is Vulture upright, and this is saying that things that we feel have no meaning, I'm seeing another card, and I think it is, let me think, it's another Lucy Cavendish deck, and it says poverty. So we might be at the lowest points in our lives because of these circumstances, Aquarius, but it doesn't mean that we are going to be here forever. It doesn't mean that it has to be all about darkness and negativity and death. We need this to really be reacquainted with what we're blessed with and understand that maybe it's not so bad after all. Not necessarily this, because it is pretty bad, but I'm talking about things that, you might, before this, you might have been really upset about, and after all this other stuff going on, you're like, wow. A lot of you are not going to have to worry about this part, but some of you might be like, well, there is more than just me in this life, and and what my problem is not really that, I guess, needs to be taken care of right away. Some of you, that might actually wake you up to what needs to be taken care of right away. You just never know. But Spirit's really telling you to, again, not claim something is over or dead until it really is. Don't jump to conclusions. We see a lot of good energies here. We see that we're making it through, that we're really reconsidering our identity, and there is still a lot of inner strength and goodness coming through. You don't have to worry about it so much as you have before, because you're starting to really see more and more things that could potentially make your life more enjoyable, make your life have more value just by looking closer to your own existence. Stop looking ahead so much. Look right now. Look what's around you. And that's going to really cut the mindset of, if I don't have this, what's life worth living for? The pity party is going to stop. I'm not saying you have pity parties, but you might be seeing people come to you and start treating you differently because they've been awakened through this, and that in return is making you feel like this has had to happen to awaken other people. And for you to sit back and be patient for them to come to you, you're not always needing to necessarily convince them, So I'm going to pull one more card, and I'm seeing the angel number 45 for you guys, and 13. So I think that one's interesting. Okay. So I'm seeing the whale, and this is a recent past. So again, I feel like a lot of you have been searching for something that is important to you, and you might have been trying everything, but the one thing you need to try is allowing that thing to find you and seek you out just as much as you're doing that to get it. So I feel this month is about understanding that we're pushing, you guys, some of you are pushing things away without even knowing it, because you're trying too hard. And once you get in this solitude and you get in the energy of being solitary, things are going to meet you in the middle. Things might even come full force to you without you doing much, lifting a finger, so to speak. And you're focusing on the blessings and the message and understanding what this is really about. It's not just meets the eye, that it's all about, like the vulture says, death and poverty and, people taking what they want, or working off less because they have no choice. You're really starting to see things differently, and it's blessing you in that way. And in return, things are coming to you, and it's a good feeling. You're really starting to channel in on what this month can mean for you without necessarily feeling like you got to discuss it all. It's something that can be very private and very valuable and, not really secretive, but you can start the project and maybe even finish it before you talk about it. So I feel like that's a good energy to have for you guys for this month. I really hope that this makes sense. I hope that you enjoyed this. Please leave comments and questions down below. I'll get to you as soon as I can. And thank you guys so much for your support and sticking with me. And I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll talk to you soon.